right. Wow, we clearly need a bigger room. Well, I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. I'm London Breed, Mayor of the City and County of San Francisco. And I am excited to be home at the African American Art and Culture Complex. Thank you to our co-directors, Melanie and Melora Green, who are managing this beautiful facility. You know, this program is one of my dreams. It's my dream because I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for an opportunity when I was in high school. When I was 14, I signed up for the Mayor's Youth Employment and Training Program. It was my first job where I got my first paycheck, and I see Jeff Morey in the audience. He actually signed my first paycheck. You always remember the signature on your first paycheck. And I was really fortunate because I grew up in this community, and there were, of course, a lot of challenges, and yes, there continue to be a lot of challenges. And I was fortunate because I was given an opportunity to work at the family school where I learned how to answer the phones. And one of the first days that I started, I answered the phone, hello? And Mignon McGriff, who was in charge of the administration at the family school, said, no, London, that's not how you answer the phone. You need to say, hello, this is London Breed. You're calling the family school. How may I help you? What a big difference, right? And I thought, wow. I mean, the thing is, Mignon and others like her, Calvin Jones, who is pastor at Providence, so many people, Laura Luster, there were people who were incredible mentors. And they supported me, and they encouraged me. And I ended up going to college. I ended up going to college because they told me I can do it, because they provided me with an opportunity. And I want to be honest, that it kept me out of trouble because at that time, my grandmother was raising me. I lived in Plaza East, public housing, and we didn't have a lot of money, and it was very easy to basically go down to the Tenderloin and sell drugs. And it still is, unfortunately. And you know, Rudy, exactly from United Players what I'm talking about. The point is, I was given an opportunity, and things turned out okay with me. But too many young people in our city are not given that same opportunity. Some of you all know my story about my family, and I wish some of them were here with me today. My brother, unfortunately, wasn't given an opportunity, and he's still incarcerated. And I think what a difference a program like this could have made for him. I think about my sister who had an opportunity to participate in this program, but unfortunately, she lost her life. And so when I think about what we can do better in the city, it's not basically continuing to allow the experiences that I had growing up in San Francisco to be normal. We are here to change what is normal for young people in San Francisco. So when I served as the African American Art and Culture Complex Executive Director, yes, I paid our kids not because I was trying to bribe them or anything to stay in the program, but it's because I wanted to open the doors of opportunity for them. I wanted them to know what the center was about. I wanted them to be a part of the center. I wanted them to be safe. I wanted them to expose them to incredible opportunities that exist all around San Francisco. And I'm really so proud of so many of them who are now adults and doing their own thing and working hard. I know some of the kids from Project, I keep saying kids, but they're adults from Project Level are here today, and so I know you're going to hear from a couple of them. And the point is, it's really about making sure that what is normal and what we've experienced in the Western Addition in places like the Mission and the Bayview, we want to change that. We want normal to be opportunities. Do I want to be the CEO of this company, or do I want to start my own business making my own products? Do I want to go into marketing? Do I want to create commercials? Do I want to be mayor? Do I want to work for the city? I want these to be normal opportunities that young people in this city look for. And so we have to open the door. We have to make sure that no kid is left behind. It has to be something that we make mandatory in San Francisco. So That's why I'm so excited, I don't even know what to do right now. But we have about 5,000 slots now for paid opportunities for young people in San Francisco. And today we're announcing that we're increasing that to 8,000. We're adding another 3,000 slots. We have still a long way to go because in our high schools in San Francisco, we have about 16,000 high school students. And I want to make sure as soon as a high school student hits 9th grade, that they have an opportunity for a paid internship from 9th grade all the way to 12th grade. That's what this program is about. Opportunities for all means that we leave no kid behind. And here's the thing, 1,000 of those slots will go to some of our most challenging kids to work with. And Cheryl Davis and I, who worked in this community with some of those young people, we know what it's, we got some of them here today. Sometimes, and let me just be clear, not everyone has a mom and a dad at home. Not everyone has even a support network at home. I was really, really lucky. Even though my grandmother was older, she still didn't mess around. But so many young people, when they would come into the African American Art and Culture Complex, they didn't really even have lunch at school. Like there were things that they did not have access to. They didn't have that support system, someone telling them that they can be anything they want to be. If I can come out of OC projects, out of control projects, live there over 20 years of my life in some of the most challenging of circumstances where no one came to my neighborhood, if I can come out of that and be mayor of San Francisco, these kids in this city can do anything they want to do. So I am putting companies on notice because this is not just the city. This is not just going to be the Department of Children, Youth, and Families and the mayor and coming up with funding. This is going to be making sure that all of these companies in San Francisco provide financial support, provide slots for our kids. They have to open the doors to opportunity. Everyone has a plan of what they think should be done, and I'm putting down the plan that I am pushing forward today that I know effectively can work if the doors are open. And so Cheryl Davis, who is the director of the Human Rights Commission here in San Francisco, who we worked with young people in this community for many, many years, and I'm really proud of the work that we've done because now those young people appreciate us. They appreciate the work that we did, but it was really about making sure that when they became adults, that they were living good, productive lives where they can take care of themselves and hopefully eventually give back and support others and lift others up in the community. That's how we are going to change the normal. That's how we're going to make a difference. That's how we are going to make sure that we are going to more college graduations than funerals. That's how we're going to really make San Francisco a better place. Yesterday I was down in the Tenderloin talking to some folks down there, and I ran into a lot of people who I've known for so many years when I was a kid, friends, moms, and other people who are struggling. And I don't want that to happen to the next generation of San Franciscans, young people growing up in this city. So I am committed today to adding these opportunities so that no child is left behind. And I am looking forward to the work that I know we all are going to do together to make sure that every high school student in San Francisco has a paid internship. This is the start of that initiative today, and I am so excited and grateful for so many incredible partners in helping to make this possible. So I remember, and last but not least, I can go on and on, as you know, politicians. I just remember that when I was fortunate enough at age 14, which wasn't that long ago, When I was fortunate enough to be given an opportunity to work and to get a paid internship opportunity, I remember so many people that I grew up with who didn't have that same opportunity. I was lucky. I was glad to get a slot. And so we want to do summer, but the reason why I felt empowered is because the place that I work, the family school, they really like me, and they decided to keep me year round, and they figured out a way to help get it paid for. So ultimately, yes, we want summer internship opportunities, and we want to support young people with these opportunities, but we want to make sure that year-round opportunities exist. We want to continue to work with our school district, and Shaman Walton, who's with the school board, is here today. We want to make sure, and I know this is not a part of the announcement, but I want to make sure that there is some way to work with our school district so that young people get credit for those opportunities as well. I want to continue to work with City College so that kids get college credit in high school. Again, this is about providing opportunity, changing what is normal. Because if we don't start now, if we don't start working and fighting for young people now, then we only have ourselves to blame when they don't succeed. And that's what today is about. So I have everybody here, a lot of great people to talk. The workforce, economic and workforce development director, Joaquin Torres, is here. The Department of Children, Youth, and Families director, Maria Sue, is here. And the guy who's going to make sure everybody in the city, grown-ups and kids, get jobs is Josh Arce. So today is an exciting day in San Francisco. It is really a dream come true, and I can't wait until we turn no child away from an opportunity to work, to learn, to grow, and to be successful in the city and county of San Francisco. And with that, I'd like to introduce Cheryl Davis to talk a little bit about what we plan to do as it relates to this program.
First, I'm just going to ask everybody to give another round of applause for Mayor Breed. I will say the work that I do and I've done in community, I blame it all on Mayor Breed, because every time she comes up with an idea, she's like, we got to do this, and she means we, as in, like, let's do it together. And when she said she wanted to do Opportunities for All, when she said she wanted to do this work, I immediately said to her, I asked her if she remembered that one summer years ago when Chanel and Jeanette and 4 other young people, she cobbled together this group of young people. I don't know, they were like maybe 12 years old at the time. She's like, we've got to do something for them. And now I look back, it really is about opportunities for everyone, whatever their path is going to be. Chanel went to San Jose State. She's now working at Ellie Hill Hutch Community Center. And Jeanette has been working and toiling and doing work in the community, and she's working for DPW, right? And so as we talk about this work, like, that is what it looks like. We're trying to scale the work that Mayor Breed did in community to make sure that that's not just a random few group of kids, but that everybody has that same access and opportunity. And so part of what I'm supposed to do right now first is say, here's the call to action. There are young people in here right now. We need to have a better understanding of what you need and what the gaps are and where you want to work and what kind of experience you've had. So we're going to be surveying, and we're going to be asking, and we're going to ask people to step up and to apply and to inform that. That's one. 2, the chamber is represented. I know Laura and Greg are here. We're trying to ask businesses to actually commit to doing all the different things that we need, whether you take somebody at the entry level who's never had a job, who maybe doesn't have the best attitude, but you give them space to work in there. But at the same time, we're asking you to hire people and put them on your payroll and give them a job. So that's one thing, but if you can't do that, you can give money. we're going to work on that too. You can pay for someone to work, and then we really need our service providers to help us make sure that we're getting young people ready, and that if they're not ready to go to Google, or if they're not ready for a law firm, or they're not ready for DPW, that we're creating those spaces and places in safe community where they can get a check, they can build a network, and they can get some experience. So that requires all of us, and we all need to be able to say, San Francisco wants to hire young people, let's make those places to hire them and get them ready. So everybody here, there's something for you to do after. And then just to speak to how this really works and how beyond just doing it for a summer, it's a lifetime, I wanted to invite up probably the best example of the continuity, the consistency, and the continuum of this work. DeAnthony Jones is going to come up with Kiara, and actually, I realize DeAnthony's going to come up in a minute, but first, before that, I did just want to acknowledge and recognize John Osaki, JCYC, because, you know, Mayor Breed mentioned John, so, or at least JCYC.
Thank you, Cheryl. And I just want to say really quickly, I just want to thank you, Mayor, for your leadership in this process. I, too, had my first paycheck signed by Jeff Morey. And what I'd like to share about that, though, is I now run that organization. And that's the kind of opportunities that we are committed to providing. The mayor, Maria, knows that for many, many years now, I have implored this city to provide the opportunities that our young people deserve. And the very sad reality is that over the years, we've had to turn away thousands of deserving young people from the opportunities that could change their lives. So I just want to say thank you. We're looking forward to working with everybody in this room, everybody up here to make this happen. And we want to make sure that all the young people who need and want and deserve opportunities get them. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Well, first off, I'm definitely honored and blessed to be up here with the mayor and with Cheryl Davis, one of my mentors. And just to kind of tell you a little bit about myself, I was born and raised here in the Western Addition in public housing. And, you know, just having access to opportunities all my life and being willing to take them has helped me get to where I am right now. And I'm proud to say that, and I'm honored to say, that the mayor had put me on her team in August of this year. But it started as a seed. And as you know about diamonds and gold, they're found in mountains. And a lot of these young folks, including myself, come from those mountains. And it took being exposed to programs like MyEap, Work Creation, and having opportunities to serve on the Youth Commission, having opportunities to work in community with Collective Impact, Inner City Youth, when I was in my early years of college, and then being the youth commissioner of this district as well. All of those opportunities culminated into this. And I'm just scared often about where else I could be headed in my future, but that's neither here nor there. It took opportunity being opened up, doors to be opened for me to walk through and to get cultivated by mentorship, to get cultivated by experience, and cultivated by the stories of those around me. And for me, it's an honor to serve because I understand the value of opportunity. And it is my mission in life to help other youth find those opportunities as well. So I plan to do my part in the community, just as the mayor made that pledge when she was a young woman here in the Western Addition. Yeah, she still is. And you know, for me as well, it's just important to also see other youth get those opportunities. And I was blessed to work with a bunch of youth, and definitely still working with them now. One of those youth is standing right by me right now. She is a very bright, intelligent woman with a future ahead of her for sure. Please welcome up Kiara DeSuyo.
Hello, my name is Kiara DeSuyo. This past summer, I had the opportunity to be a part of the program called Community Safety Initiative, also called CSI. I had finished 8th grade and I got a paid summer internship. CSI has many cohorts. I was a part of the community engagement cohort, which allowed me and my fellow group members to learn about mental health and how it's all connected and plays an important role. CSI is important to me because it helps my community, and also we get to work with mental health issues, and also we got to go to health clinics and also homeless shelters and get to see what they had to go through. I think all kids deserve this opportunity, and all over the world they should be able to get this opportunity, because I know many places they aren't allowed to get them. So, thank you.
So our final speaker is going to come up. I think DeAnthony and Kiara really highlight like the beginning of this journey and like what it can do when it's done well. And I wanted to just bring up Morgan. One of the things that Mayor Breed has been doing all along the spectrum is that as she was creating programs and supporting young people here, and then when she became supervisor, she continued to advocate for that. And I know Maria can attest to like the fights around like funding and really making sure that it gets to the folks who are often forgotten. And so the program that Kiara just talked about is modeled after what Mayor Breed did here. And Morgan has been a part of it for 4 years, and I think her story and where she's going next is amazing. So.
Thank you again, Mayor Breed, for your continuous support and dedication to the program. Again, my name is Morgan Tucker. I work at Collective Impact now. 4 summers ago, I started the Community Safety Initiative as an intern lead. So I was actually leading a group of young ladies from different communities throughout San Francisco. And we actually worked on a project partnering with the San Francisco Police Department. Very challenging. Very challenging, but it created an opportunity for them to actually build relationships with the police department, which was a great opportunity. And now I can say that a lot of those young women actually have relationships with officers. Mayor Breed was also, she was very supportive throughout the whole entire process. I was able to actually meet her then, back in 2015, for the first time. We as the interns knew she was fighting for funding for programs that help youth get experience in these jobs. After the first summer, I actually decided to become a police cadet. I made the decision because, one, they actually were paying youth who were still in college to actually just support as police officers, well, as to support these police officers. I was also hired as the coordinator for the CSI program, which was a big role, but I was prepared for it. I had a lot of help, and I've actually been coordinated up until this past summer. My next role that I'm actually planning to take is actually entering the police department. This is so high. Sorry, that was really high. But thank you to the continuous support of not only Ms. Davis, Susie Loftus, Ms. Breed, Mayor Breed. I'm actually going to be entering, hopefully, by the end of this year. So thanks a lot to the CSI program for actually giving me these opportunities. And I can see a lot of the youth actually participate in the CSI program. And again, Kiara was just part of one of the cohorts. There's many cohorts from Tech. Human Rights Commission has a cohort. Police Department has 3 different cohorts. So it's a multitude of different ones. Education has one as well. So the program offers a lot of different opportunities to a lot of different career fields just to expose the youth to these different ideas, which is really good because they can build relationships and make a big network actually. So which is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. So, they also have a great retirement. But so
Trust me, I know.
So thank you again for you guys' time, and thank you again, Mayor Breed.
So again, there is some information here. DCYF is going to be convening some of our service providers to begin to think about how to roll this out. We're going to continue to work with, I know Eric Rice is here from the school district. We're going to be working with Commissioner Walton and with the district to think about how to be more intentional around this work, and that we want to have more opportunities for all young people. And we're really grateful that folks showed up here today, but that the next thing is to actually make it happen. Yes. And Mayor Breed has the idea, the vision, and she definitely has the will, but we all have to get on board with that. So hopefully this is inspiring everyone to engage and participate. I'm just going to say I did tell somebody that was going to happen, and they said, I won't call them out, but they know who they are. Yeah.
And I'll just end it. I know it's hot in here, and I'll just end it by saying thank you all for your dedication. I look out in the audience, and I see so many people who really are engaged in helping support community, helping and support young people. And it really does take a village, because believe it or not, I was a handful. I know you don't believe that, but I was a handful, and my teachers never gave up on me. My grandmother never gave up on me. People in this community didn't give up on me. And so we are not going to give up on our young people, and it's going to take all of us to be actively engaged if we are going to change their lives and their future. I'm committed as your mayor to do just that. All of the people standing here are committed. So it is time to change the future of San Francisco, and it starts with the young people in this city. Thank you all so much for being here today.